What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. It's Christmas Eve. Are y'all tired? I mean, I can't be tired now. I have to, power through it, like they say. To all the moms out there that have been hustling and bustling and wearing yourself out to make it nice, like Dorinda, relax tomorrow. Let everybody take care of their own stuff. You done cooked all the food and did all the things and got all the gifts and wrapped all the presents and, did all the shopping. So it's time for you to relax. Let them older kids, carry through, for the younger kids and relax. Get your coffee, kick your feet up, find something to watch and, let the people do what they're going to do on Christmas. Today, tonight, this evening, I'm here to talk about the Housewives of Potomac. Sometimes, when a couple few days go by and I'm like, shoot, I got to get this video. I got to get it up. I got to get it up. And then things, transpire out in the streets that kind of make it, better for me. Cause then I have some more content. Cause what a whole lot going on over here. And then a whole lot at the same damn time. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. Y'all like the video, subscribe to my channel, and we still down to the rec center having a cowboy family fun day. Why do y'all always do that? Family fun day. That would include Wendy, Stacy, what's this lady? Angel. I guess Ashley too. Like this to people with little children. Even with Giselle's children, I could see where she would have them around, you know what I'm saying? Help out that kind of thing. Jazzy, why you ain't bring them kids that your husband had while you was, getting to know him and he forgot to mention them? If you can hear music in the background, my neighbors get down on the holidays. That's what they do. It turns into, my neighbors are Latina and they play loud music, which I don't mind for the most part because it's a holiday. They're getting ready to kick it on, but they're older. I just really wish bad buddy, bad. I wish I could get a little bit of that too. Anyway, Jazzy, where's them kids that your man had while you was dating him that you didn't know about? Family fun day at this rec center. Is this the same rec center where we played pickleball and had hot dogs and beanie weenies? I feel like Family Fun Day just could be somewhere like outside. Robin had the right idea. She just don't know what the hell. She's not here. We won't talk about her. This rodeo, they still down here questioning this lady about being evicted. And y'all all look a damn fool. We all know that Ashley was not evicted. It's just so irritating. She came here to get to be around y'all. Well, yeah, that's part of why she came over here. She's from Maryland. Her and Bobby, have this outside luxury experience that they doing over there in Colorado. Not to be funny, but I feel like Colorado with an outdoor luxurious experience is probably very fire. I live in Florida, so it's flat and you can get to the beach, but we don't have mountains and things like that. So I want to see that. I am ready to go to Colorado. I hope I get to stay at the main house, but we'll get into that, next week. Anyway, we know what it is. Angel has family. Her and Bobby are from Maryland. Even if they are thinking, we don't know if they are for real or not. It don't matter because all y'all be lying about things. The way y'all move around zip codes over there in Potomac, DC, Maryland area. I can't, really get into this whole Angel got evicted because she's only coming over here to be around us. Angel and Bobby have probably discussed how they want to expand their business over there. They got family there. If they buy a house, cool. If they don't, that's cool too. But for right now, she's not evicted. She just, has some scheduling issues with her Airbnb. Y'all are weird, especially with what's going on over here. Stacy and her husband and her daughter are standing there talking, and then Sharice walks up, and Stacy's like, "Here comes Sharice slithering over here in lingerie," and she did. Sharice, what the hell? Why are you slithering around in lingerie at the Family Fun Day down to the rec center where we eating? potluck things that y'all Potomac women do not cook. That's for damn sure. I feel like Portia, Candy, yeah, they order out and things, but I feel like if you go to their house, the food gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I won't want to eat at none of y'all's house over here based on what I've seen over here down to the rec center. And Wendy's mama be cooking, but I do not want to eat no food like prepared by her hands. That lady's energy scares me. Uh, Sharice, why are you down to the rec center dressed like this in your lingerie? And I don't, are those hot pants or the jeans just got the legs cut out? I don't know. Sharice is 60 years old. You look good. I just don't know why you're over here at the rec center, period. That's it. Hard stop. You came over here to bring your son for Ashley to violate. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, he's a grown man, but I'm just saying, it's all gross. It's family fun day, and here comes what you call it, slithering, Sharice slithering over here because Sharice will do absolutely anything to be in the scene, even wear lingerie down to the family fun day. And Stacy don't like you. So she comes over there and she introduces herself to Timu and the little girl Arabella. And Stacy was like, hello. And, you know, I could read her mind. So why are you over here? She just wanted, we don't speak. We don't like each other. I'm with Stacy. I don't like to be engaging with people like, you know, we're not cool. So no, I'm not introducing you to my husband. Please stop stroking my daughter's hair and be gone. That's what Stacy said to her. Stacy gave me 2 for 2026. Toodaloo and be gone. I feel like that's, you know, going to find its way into my expression. What's this lady? Sharice, your kids are grown. So, you know, you came over there it's very pimpish the way she came over there, her lingerie, to pimp out her son to Ashley. Ew. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste time talking about them like playing tug of war and, you know, whatever the hell, potato sack race. So let's get into the Sharice, Ashley, and whatever the boy's name is. Now, we can watch this. I'm gonna share it so we can refresh, so we'll all know what we talking about over here. I don't even know why they mic this lady up to come over here and do this.
My son. Hey, son. Hi. Nice to meet you again. Hi, Tia. Nice to meet you. These are handsome. Ashley, look who's here. Hi, Jackson.
She said, Ashley, look who's here.
How are you? How the kids? The kids are good. What are you laughing at? Remember that night that after the crab boil? Yeah. Okay, is this where you're dropping me off? Yep. Okay, well, thank you so much. You're welcome. You know, Jackson drove me home because I was a little inebriated, tipsy. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Spit it out, spit it out. Okay, we may have had a little smooch. Whoa! I might start sweating. I'm perspiring here. I'm now I'm super sweaty. You know, we got to my house and Jackson came in to use the bathroom, and then as he...
I mean, we get the gist of it. This lady said Jackson came to her house, and then they did a little smooch or something or other. This is nasty. Giselle, I don't know what you're laughing for because Ashley likes girls too, so you better keep your eye on Grace and the twins because remember when this series first started and she told Karen she would like to hang out with Karen's daughter. I can't remember her name at the moment. And Karen was like, Reagan. Yes, Karen said, you won't be nowhere near around my daughter, girl. You and Michael Darby be over there doing nefarious things that I do not want you around my children. And yet last week or so, y'all were saying, hide the kids from Stacy. Can't trust her around your kids or around your husband, which we didn't understand what that's going, you know, what that was all about. But here you are with Ashley doing whatever she was doing with Jackson, Sharice's son. And she over there, she has something different to say now, but I'm like, you brought your son. He didn't come with her, and I think it's weird that he even showed up, honestly. And you know what I'm saying? Like a 27-year-old is not really trying to spend any part of their day um hanging out at a field day, unless there's little sisters and brothers. It was all very weird. So, Sharice, whatever you're saying over here on social media, you absolutely brought that boy in there and was like, hey, Ashley, look who's here after she told you what happened. Ew. And when you get like around your friends' kids, don't you become like auntie or big cousin or something? Doesn't it get like borderline incestuous, Ashley? If this had been somebody, if it had been the other way around, honestly, and if it had been some, older man over there kissing on Giselle's kids or whoever else, or who else got grown kids like that. Anyway, if it had been the other way around, the conversation would be very different. So over here on social media, somebody named Taryn, I guess it's on Twitter, or yeah, she added, Sharice, I totally understand your point of view, and you're right. No matter what we do, enjoy seeing your we. What she said? No matter what, we do enjoy seeing you from time to time. Not all of us, regardless whether or not it happened or even suggesting it did on camera. In my opinion, was a way to embarrass you. She's framing it like they did it to embarrass her, but she was participating, Taryn. She brought the boy over to the field day and said, hey, Ashley, look at what I brought you. In my opinion, was to embarrass you. Okay, I already said that. I have a 24-year-old son, and if someone says something like that to me, I would find it highly disrespectful. She's not your friend, but I'm assuming you already know that. I think she doesn't care. I think she would do anything to like be on this TV show, even like pimp her son out to Ashley clearly. She said, at Terrell, you make a valid point. I can see the disrespect now. Really? Now you see it? At the time of filming, I didn't believe it. One thing I know for certain is that there are no real friends in this business. What do you mean you didn't believe it? They both said it. She said it over at the restaurant, and then she said it in front of him, and he was like, yeah. Ashley is over here trying to make it seem like this boy, that shy boy that could barely lift his head from underneath that cowboy hat, approached her and, laid a big one on her. Drunk Ashley. That's what we believe. Girl, stop. Well, I wish I had clicked it over here where I could see the dang thing up close and personal. Somebody says Stacey better come get Ashley. Yeah, Ashley Hart about what does it say? Oh yes, Stacey better, because they did say that. Yeah, we want to see what Stacey has to say. I should read it, I guess. Stacey better come at Ashley Hart about that at the reunion, because how are you gonna say Stacey can't be trusted around kids or husbands? Yeah, it's pretty gross as far as I'm concerned. I thought this too. Somebody said messing with Sharice's son is like hitting on Aaron's dad, because that girl was over there on uh, Real Housewives of New York. Like, listen, I think in friendships there definitely should be boundaries. And I'm not the first one to say it, but I'm gonna say it here. Actually, that behavior is predatory. You You got Jack Harlow, Justin Harlow, whatever his name is. She says she's spinning the block with him. Jackson is in line to inherit a lot of money. So he would definitely be better off to date. But you grown, girl. Stop. It's just all gross. Y'all want Ashley over here. I guess you're going to keep her over here. But Sharice, you're not going to backpedal out of that one. You came over to that thing dressed in your hoochie coochie clothes and brought your son to serve him up to Ashley. Weird. What y'all think? Is that weird to you to have somebody's son that you watch grow up now be kissing on him and carrying on? And she led on Watch What Happens Live, led on that maybe more than that happened. So we got a little scene with Stacy and Timu. I don't mind it. Timu is a little more comfortable, without all these people. I think that he comes into these groups, or he has. He came into the group. Stacy has already told him like how they're treating her, so he's already feeling away before he gets there. He's not comfortable, so he's slowly integrating himself into actually filming. And ain't nobody trying to placate Giselle over there. You ain't even got to say hello to that lady, to be honest. Okay, hello. That's enough. Hello to her. He went over there. He came through. He was there for about 30 minutes. And, Happy Eddie was like, oh, I thought we were going to hang out. One thing you can say about Eddie has been there for Wendy every step of the way. From the very beginning, he'd be at the reunions, he was there for her in this episode. So we like Happy Eddie still. Timo's a little bit different, but I feel like based on on this scene that they had, they're working out or whatever, and she's acting all flirty and he's acting weird, and I mean, just because maybe weird isn't the right word, but uncomfortable in front of cameras, maybe. Um, they're kind of a quirky couple, and but it fits together. When they were sitting there talking, you could actually, I feel like, see that they like each other. You know what I'm saying? They make sense. He's kind of relaxing a little bit. They're opening up about, their feelings toward each other all through this process. Timo is coming over here, like I said. He knows it's a mess. He got a real ass job, and he got to be careful how, he presents over here. So, yeah, Timu, come through and don't let these messy girls, you know how they do. Next thing you know, Giselle will be saying things like you had her pressed against the corner and she was feeling uncomfortable. And then Audie calling you down to the, what you call it, human resources. So, yeah, bits and little bits and little bits. Stay the hell away from Ashley because she has predatory behavior, and your daughter is reaching young, based on what the Epstein files is showing. They don't care. Michael Darby, were you on the plane? Jeez. Ashley, was you over there? Good grief. Wendy and Eddie show off their renovations. So what do y'all think of the renovations? I guess. I mean, it's a nice home. When I see what's her name, Toya's home over Married to Medicine, I like Toya's house a lot. This is a nice house. Like, it's not my taste, and it damn sure ain't worth going to to the penitentiary over. So I wish y'all had to really rethought the way you did things, and it's unfortunate, but here we are. They over there talking about, oh, we're done. I love the kitchen. I love it. I love it. And I would imagine if I was living in my house and I got all refreshed and brand new, I would be feeling that way too, but maybe a little nervous that, my, behaviors and things that I might or may not have been doing has caught up with me. Now all this furniture stuff has to go back. They discussing putting a pool in. I don't think y'all are going to get to that. There's not going to be any pool. So somebody come in and don't like any of the shit y'all did, and then all that money is, for naught. Good grief. It's unfortunate. Wendy had a conversation with her father that, listen, the lady, I can't relate. My father passed away when I was 2 years old. I relate actually more to what Tia had going on with her sister, and we'll get into that. But she had this conversation with her father. He was acting very much. She's like, yeah, we came over there. He's up. Oh, okay. Well, we don't want to be discussing spilled milk. So let bygones be bygones. She went all the way there, and he didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want to talk about how he, didn't do, the fatherly thing. She hasn't seen her father in 20 years. She went all the way to Africa and still didn't see him. You got to let people, feel things out the way they can, I suppose. She's saying that she just going to take it for what it is. I feel like it's never too late. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have some type of relationship with your father, you might just have to stick to FaceTime. Just, FaceTime him and have conversations. And, it's not like being in person, but it's better than nothing. You have to figure that out. And she says she's not looking for him to be any type of she's used to being disappointed by him. She's not having. That's what she says, but she said a lot of things, through the course of these events. So he was like, put Eddie on the phone and listen, it was an exchange. Like I said, that might be it. That might be all it is. You might have to be like, hey, kids, come say hi to granddad and let that be what it is. You know what I mean? A relationship is a relationship. So we only have a short time on this earth. And if you choose to figure out like how to have one with your father and you can, then, by all means do it. As long as you don't have expectations. But I feel like you should have expectations of people that ain't been a part of your life anyway. What he over there doing. You know, he doing him. He's not alone. There's a whole lot of men out there that's doing them while they got whole families that they have just decided they don't have to take care of. So Kay moves back in with Greg. I guess, girl. Giselle said you lost your woman power. I don't know which power it is you're trying to have. You're pretending, that's for sure, that you don't want the life that you want. So they have, first of all, it was really annoying because he's like narrating all of a sudden. No, hey, how you doing? Happy life, happy wife, happy life. I'm just gonna sit around here and be happy because you're the apple of my eye. I was like, shut up. Oh my God. First he doesn't say nothing, now he won't shut up. Kay is over here explaining her decision, which I'm like, girl, move in. Do what you want to do. Because, we don't know. This is what I don't understand. I understand Kay having a condo, but last season we were calling it an investment property. Now, I'm not sure why she needs for Greg to pay for it, buy her condo, whatever it is she's trying to do over there, because do you want your own property or not? Your own thing or not? This house they staying in, she moving in his house. I thought they were building a house. Is that what they said they were doing? And she's trying to get the understanding of like whose name is going to be on what. Girl, you ain't even got a ring. You got a ugly picture print frame with hearts all over it. He has a gift for her, and it's in a big moving box. And when she pulls it out, it's beautiful roses and then a bag from the jewelry store. And I don't know, like, what the hell is wrong with him bringing her a bag from the jewelry store with a picture frame in it. He talking about he Mr. Diggs. I'm Mr. Diggs, and you know what the D stands for. I think the D stands for you big dummy in my Fred Stanford voice. Remember he used to say that to the you big dummy, you big dummy. You went to a jewelry store and bought a picture frame with no picture in it. This is the man you want, girl. And here we go. Having, when I say we, I mean Kiara. I don't know what I've been calling her, Kiara. If this is what makes you happy, girl, then by all means do it. Relationships are like snowflakes. They all got their own life. They all got their own design. So if this is the snowflake you chose, girl, that's fine. If you're going to be happy with a picture frame, I mean, that's fine too. I don't particularly like that picture frame. And so it ain't really my style. Does he know your style? Is that the kind of picture frame you want? Because, I mean, you were happy with it. You got up, you gave him a big kiss. But I think it's embarrassing for you to be over here waiting for... He's in a jewelry store. He could have bought jewelry. That would have been a nice thing. If you would have pulled out a necklace, she would have been like, oh. I mean, she was happy with the picture frame. So there you go. You was looking at rings. I knew he wasn't going to buy no damn $200,000 ring. Y'all playing. Bobby will, not Greg. Greg with the D. Anyway. I don't know. I wish Kay would buy her condo. They can do whatever it is with this house that they got. And if they buy a new house, it's called marital property. And you write these things down in a prenup, and you make sure you write down that when and if we get a divorce, if and when, however you want to say it, the condo is mine. He can't have it. That way I'll have something nice. It's my investment property. I'll decide what I want to do with it. It's too complicated for me to be trying to figure these things out, honestly, in terms of marriage. Like, everybody goes into it with a average person goes into it with a let's pool our resources together so we can live the lifestyle that makes us comfortable and happy. Young with no children, you can do one thing. Then you start having children and you're like, we're gonna have to upsize. Then the children go off to college and what have you, have their own lives. Then you'd be like, we're gonna keep it for a while because them grandchildren come over here. And then when the grandchildren start to get bigger, you're like, we can go ahead and downsize now. I just, this is just the circle of life for most people. There's levels to it. I don't think you're gonna get that ring, girl. So now when we get over to the reunion, hollering back and forth with them. I wonder if you're engaged. The last girl got a husband and 2 kids that she didn't know nothing about before. So, everybody's relationship is different. We all got our own snowflake. Tia and her sister. So I like this. They are so pretty. Yeah, these are 2 pretty ladies. And proper and things with their accents. It was, lovely, just lovely over here. So Tia's daddy was out here making babies outside the marriage. And her mother kind of, I guess, put pressure. I don't even want to say put pressure. I think depending how old the kids are, they're going to empathize with the pain that the mother is going through and be upset with the father. So these 2 didn't develop a relationship until the father passed away. And then Tia, being big sister, reached out and, they decided that it was time for them to get to know each other. I'm glad they're doing this because it's family. And, her kids got a auntie. I could see them little girls. Them little girls her daughters kind of favor her sister a little bit now that I'm looking at her. I can identify with this. And my son has a sister like probably a month younger than him. I had sisters. I think they have all passed away. I'm not sure. I had sisters. My father had 4 daughters, and decided, and they decided they didn't want no parts of, getting to know me. So now, now they're passing away, and we've gone our whole lives without knowing each other. So it's cool that they found a way to, get past, be careful. I understand her wanting to protect her mother's feelings, but at the same time, don't have nothing to do with the kids. So she should definitely get to know her siblings because you never know. Like, it's always cool to have family, sisters especially. So look how nice that was. I liked it. She need to go over there with them little children because they over there being messy and somebody's at the house kissing mirrors and things. And I think it's the little boy because he was the only one talking. They were sitting at that table and them kids said nothing. He was talking about putting away Doritos and things. Do they have a housekeeper? Because if they have a housekeeper, which I'm sure they have a housekeeper, that's why the kids is messy. And you've waited a long time, Tia, to start teaching them. But just like with Wendy, just like with her sister, it's never too late. Now, I don't know. I didn't hear them establish any chores or anything. I heard her say some things about how people need to do better. Her husband didn't say anything, and the girls got up like, good talk. Now, back on to better things, more interesting things, because we have a housekeeper, Mom. Little boy, stop kissing the mirror. Talking about you the one with lipstick. Kids be doing weird shit like that. Okay. These guys. Sometimes I be on both sides of things. I can understand both sides, but I think all of these ladies, there's a lot of issues going on here. I don't know the relationship between Wendy and her sister. I thought they were close at one point, but it seems like there's, at least as far as this is concerned, this subject matter, there's some disconnect. Wendy came over here acting like we had a lovely conversation with dad and, we're going to move forward. And the sister is like, just be careful because he's notoriously disappointed. Like, even that conversation, she made it seem like the conversation was much greater than it was because she said, hey, and he was like, uh-huh. Like he didn't seem like very excited to talk to Wendy because he probably thought she was going to ask him questions about why he didn't show up when she came there. He doesn't want to have to deal with that. And when he found out that's not why she was calling, then he was like, oh, hey, I miss you. So, that's where the sister is coming from. The mother is mad. And I get that she took care of them, single mom, raised the kids. She said she had to have 4 jobs and such. Um, I get her emotion, but I feel like she's also terrible, like for a different reason. First of all, lady sitting up there with that yellow face paint on, and it's disturbing. So we want to talk about things, Wendy. We need to talk about how you need to discuss with your daughter how bad idea that is because she is a beautiful skin and she does not want to be somewhere like her grandmother turning her face yellow. And that little girl is very smart. I forgot when she was over at that pick at what is it? Family athletic day or whatever the hell they were doing over there. Family fun day. Stacy tried to feed her some potato salad on a plate that was the flag. She said, "Is that Donald Trump?" And Wendy's like, "No, it's just a paper plate." She said, "It's the paper plate of the American flag." The little girl was like, that's the same thing. I was like, my sentiments exactly. And another thing, I'm not sure why we were so busy over there giving Stacy such a hard time about her potato salad when we was looking at a table with some runny macaroni and cheese. I gotta look at that macaroni and cheese, Jazzy. No, no, thank you. Some dusty floured up catfish. I didn't see nobody eating that. All that food looked nasty, except for maybe the Popeyes. So I didn't see nothing over there that looked good anyway. So y'all got a lot of nerve like trying to give Stacy the business about her potato salad. But anyway, her mama is over here upset because Wendy is telling this flowery story and she's taking it personal, which I understand. I've raised you and you over here acting like I had a conversation with dad and this mother is something else. She starts snapping, and Wendy, decided maybe the kids don't need to be in the middle of this grown folks conversation because they all know how their grandmother is. They all went up the stairs and still listened to her pop off because that's what she does. She pops off. She mad. She said the man was a sperm donor and I worked so hard to take care of you. He wasn't around. He ain't do nothing. She's going off, which I get it, but I don't get it. I feel like sometimes she could have just been like, girl, be careful and leave it at that. He's disappointed you your whole life. So if you're going to pursue a relationship with him, then, just be careful and don't have any high expectations. But, this lady want to pop off because she was going off. And then, Wendy told the kids to leave the room and she pointed like in her mother's direction aggressively. It wasn't just a point. It was a point. She definitely pointed. She didn't point at her face, but she pointed. And that was another trigger. So this lady was over here giving off all kind of, foul language. Isn't it funny how when you start learning another language, you learn the cuss words first? She know all the good words. She was over there snapping. And, Mama, you calling Wendy an idiot and all of that stuff, as far as I'm concerned, is taking it too far. It turned into a situation where the sister and the mother were both coming at Wendy, and then Eddie came in there to kind of calm the situation down. And bring Eddie out is wild. They start saying, bring Eddie out, bring Eddie out. It's funny. Yes, bring Eddie out because he was needed in that moment to calm all these ladies down from screaming at each other. And the last place I guess he wanted to be was there. But, the kids is upstairs, like I said, listening to the grandmama pop off like she often does. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of her energy is about, I'm the one that gets raised you. I'm the one that had all these jobs. And I'm the one that gets to spend all your money, not him. I really feel like a lot of her concern is that if Wendy develops a relationship with her father, then she's going to start financially. Well, hypothetically, if she hadn't got herself into this trouble that she's gotten herself into, and maybe that's why she's in trouble, because this lady over here talking about she want to get her breasts done and she want to get her booty done, and she just got some things done. Now, I don't know if it's any of that or if it's Ozempic, but she definitely looked different than she used to. Um, Y'all be skinny for by any means necessary. That Ozempic is gonna take y'all out, and it's not a good look. Like, I get it to some extent, there has to be a better way. Anyway, yeah, she talking about what is my allowance, and y'all over here flexing and flossing. Every time you find people that are flossing with things they don't have, if they always end up in some type of trouble. You're not financially, doing things properly, then your lifestyle is somehow more than, the income that you're bringing in. So it's a mess over here. But yeah, I would sympathize with Wendy's mother more if I didn't feel like she was just pissed because she thinks that this man is now about to like start getting some of Wendy's money when I'm the one that had all these jobs and things. So it ended with these two marching out the house and Wendy crying because she told Eddie that's part of the reason why she wants to get to know her dad, because it's always two against one. And I'm like, Wendy, he's not been around your whole life. So I would not want to pick him on my team as a shoulder to cry on, because his shoulders are not ever going to be available properly. Um, yeah, that's how that went. When you start calling people idiots and things, that's not cool. Not your kids, not anybody, but especially not your kids. And my mother ain't never called me no damn idiot. Shut the fuck up, Wendy. Get the hell out of my house. It was that kind of messy. Um, so yeah, that's it for this episode, y'all. Next week they're going to Colorado to visit Angel. I'm looking forward to that. I want to go see what this luxury wilderness business is all about. She got some of the ladies at her house and some of the ladies not. I don't blame her. She says she's not having none of that bad energy on her property. Don't blame you. Don't blame you at all, Angel, because they was over here calling you a catfish, bringing dusty catfish to the events and things. You know, hell no, you can't come to my house. So we'll meet down to the restaurant, and then y'all can go back to the cabin resort that I reserved for you. Hopefully, y'all don't get evicted. Anyway, y'all, that's it. Everybody have a very Merry Christmas. I'm gonna go ahead and do Married to Medicine, but I can't tell you. You'll get it maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Anyway, enjoy your holiday, love on your families, and I will see you when I see you. Bye, y'all.